Yeah, poor Tintin, la. It looks like a real case of, well, it is. Just go and look at the stalker's last fucking video where he's buzzing. See, he's got karma. That's not karma. That's violence. That's paid violence. That's where you've paid someone to hurt him. If he hasn't had a bike crash. But that's one of them stories you hear about in the news. The only difference is his age. When you hear the young lads getting like fucking manipulated into a life of like doing mad crime, don't be daft. Tintin's probably being a little criminal himself, you know, like a light one. And then he's had a mad thing with his brother and his mother. Went all scatty a little bit. He just went, get over here with me. He's just gone over there. How long's he been over there for? A year or two? So he's been well used, hasn't he? And then when shit hit the fan for him, and he had to shift his plan and shift his game, he was no longer needed. See you later, you. He started screaming and shouting, you fucking rat, how can you do this to me? And now he's had a hiding to keep his mouth shut. Similar to like when I started screaming about DHB and Corey, when Corey got his window smashed for speaking about him. DHB speaking on him, came at me with all them horrendous allegations because I backed DHB and Corey up. And it's similar. But that's the criminal world. You know, he probably could have got that done to DHB. But DHB is not in that world. That makes sense? So that's what you're dealing with there. So use people, still funding him, still backing him up. He's got a serious head injury. What he should be doing is getting it fixed, sorting himself out, not making himself worse. The fact he's not indicates a big thing there. The fact he's still targeting people, reveling in the violence, speaking about the violence, bigging it all up, thinking it's all great. I don't believe him for 1 minute that he's over me. He's just not. I'm past him, that's what I'm saying. He's got an head injury, got no hate on him, got no nothing, but I know I'm just the same, basically. I'm just the same with him, the way I've been for like 6 years. You know, I got over him when he fucking come at me in sense and fucking... He targets me, he shuts my platforms down, but I just take it on the chin. You know, it doesn't really bother me. And nothing bothers me now, it's just that he came at me with the false allegations again. And as I say, for me to shut that door, there's a process for him to engage in with that when he gets back to the UK. So I'll just leave it there where I left it last time. You know, my opinions haven't changed with him. This is what changed with me and him. When I see him, I can't do him in. That's all that's changed. That's all that's changed. You know, he's got a bad head injury. Don't expect people to be considerate towards you and have empathy towards you when you're still continuing to be the fucking rat that you was 3 days before you got your fucking injury. Nothing's changed, like, you're reveling in violence, you're promoting crime, you're speaking fucking... You've jogged Ollie on. I reckon that's a bullshit thing. Just so all your attention comes away from Holly. I can understand your angle there. So yeah, you're gonna see more daft shit coming from him. But he's got an angle now, hasn't he? He doesn't need a faith. He doesn't need a well in Africa. He doesn't need nothing now, does he? He can just play with this. Look, our Pilly put a bolt this big in his head. Think about it, that big it was. Right in. He was in a coma for 6.5 months, my brother, when he done that to himself. You know, when I was a kid in a farm, I saved his life. He was in a coma for 6.5 months. He come out of that, and he was sound. Sound. Nothing wrong with him. Eating well, training, sleeping well, taking his medication the way he should do. And then his bird came back into his life. Had him drinking with her, had him sniffing with her, and that was it then, bang. Started deteriorating massively. He's not doing none of that rehab shit what Billy done. He's not having a special diet. He's not having adequate sleep. He's not doing adequate exercise. This is what kept Billy fucking sweet for years. Billy done that because he knew he had to do that to get better. He knows he has to do that to get better. Just coming off social media will make his mind better. The reason he won't is why. What's he putting above his health? What's he putting before his health? Over everything, his health, him being a father to kids, him doing this and blah, 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 blah. Over everything, what's he putting above it? Money. Think about it. Money would be the last thing on your mind if you were fucking real and genuine, wouldn't it? If you had real morals and real fucking backbone, the last thing you'd be thinking about is money. You'd be off this, getting your fucking head together. Why? Because you've got thousands of enemies all over the fucking place. You're vulnerable as fuck. You need to get yourself in some sort of fighting condition. Sitting on here like a fucking mong is not going to help you any day of the week. So it's all money, 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 money with him. That's what it is. Money, money, money. Unfortunate. That's why he's being injured. Money. That's why he's fucked his kids off. Money. That's why he's on his toes. Money. And that's why he's not doing his rehabilitation. Money. You know, when you get a serious head injury like that, doesn't matter what hospital you're in, they're giving you a rehabilitation fucking like instruction pack. Don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. He's doing most of it. Has he stopped smoking, or is he still smoking? That'll be the first thing they tell him not to do. He's not smoking yet. Probably only smokes when he's on drugs. That's what they do, them cokeheads. Some of them only smoke bifters when they're on drugs. So you mightn't see him smoke all week, and then Friday, Saturday he's blazing bifters like recovering his custom base, recovering his TBR community, recovering his gifts, getting them back up to a standard and shit. That's what he's recovering now. He's not in rehabilitation, mate. He's just a money grabbing, dirty, horrible rat, isn't he? End of. Yeah, he's got an end injury, I can deal with that. But at the end of the day, I just know he's not going to leave me alone. Honest to God. He just won't, lad. There's no. He thinks I'm daft, and I'm sitting here listening to him. Don't forget, consider what he's done to me for 8 years, and all the shit he's chatted about me, and all this shit. And that's why I came out the other day and said, if he changed, he'd open his mouth about lying about me in 218 and tell everyone he was lying about me in 218. If he's changed, when he's making them allegations with these posts of young girls and re-mentioning 218 like it was meant something, he'd come out and say, I lied in 218. It was deliberate. This is why I've done it. The fact he hasn't done that tells me massively that there's a big issue still there with him. Not from me to him, but from him to me. Because why hasn't he come out and done that? That was the perfect opportunity to clean the slate, wasn't it? The perfect opportunity for me and him to bury the fucking hatchet and just get on with our lives and move forward. You never know, in 10 years link up and do a podcast. Do you understand what I mean? It was the perfect opportunity. Why didn't he take it? I didn't see it as an opportunity. I just see shit. He's had a bad head injury, inmates. I'm not giving him shit no more. I'm still not giving him shit now, to be honest. You know, I've still got a little bit of fucking sympathy for him there. But the way, what he's doing to Tintin now, it's just like, you haven't changed, you fucking scumbag. You haven't changed. You definitely haven't changed with me. Otherwise, you would have fucking corrected your wrongs. The first, if he would have changed with me, the first thing he would have done was corrected his wrongs. And what's his wrongs? In 2018, I'd been out of prison for 2 years. I'd been promoting my message whilst on licence. Couldn't be in Liverpool at all, but it was all round Liverpool. Choose a life, not a knife was everywhere. He got jealous, messaged me, asked me to do a few collaborations. I fucked him off. He got angry with me. So then, who the fuck's this little cunt? Let's see who he is. Turns out he's part of the Fitzgibbon family in Liverpool. And they tried to kidnap me and Danny when we were younger. Kidnapped Danny when he was 16, tied him to a chair and tortured him. So for me, bang, you're not getting nothing to fucking do with us, go away. Cracked on with myself. 3 months later, he's done a live on Facebook with about 2,500 people on it. And told them as fact, stated it as fact, I've been charged with doing a madness to a 13 and a 14-year-old girl. You know what them allegations, you know, like the night before he's done it, my profiles just got shut down. Bam! My Instagram, every profile he had just got attacked and shut down, and then he's come out with that. Bang! I'm in the middle of